With the World Cup starting on Thursday, all football content creators are doing their World Cup predictions, so I thought it was time to give mine. If you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe to the Player Analyst channel. I'll be trying to get more player-based content out soon, so yeah. So kicking it off in Group A, we have Mexico, South Africa, Korea Republic and Czechia. I think Mexico are a shoo-in for first place. They've got the home advantage. They've got some good attacking threat. Quinones, Raul Jimenez, their youngster Mora looks quite good. I think it'll be quite exciting to see what he can do at this World Cup only at the age of 17. Second place is a bit of a toss-up between Korea Republic and Czechia. I do just think that Korea have more attacking talent. They also have Kim Min-jae at the back, who hasn't had an amazing season, but he is still a good defender. Whereas Czechia, their only real notable player is Patrick Schick. And that is why I did have them in second originally, because I thought they could put more goals past South Africa than Korea Republic can. But when you look at it in full, I think Korea Republic just have a bit more talent in their squad. So I've gone Korea Republic second, Czechia third, and I just don't see South Africa having anything to give. Moving into Group B, I think Switzerland have by far the most balanced squad in this group. Alvedi at the back, plenty of good midfielders in Freuler, Xhaka, Manzambi. We've got Zeki Amdouni up front, Dan and Doy, Bril and Bolo. I think they just have the most balanced squad out of all of these. I think Canada can finish second. Their main talismanic figures are Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David, who both have not had great seasons, but I do just think they have a bit more talent than Bosnia. And then in Qatar, could shock a few people. Afifa's a good player, but I don't see them putting up much of a fight against these three other teams. Group C is a very interesting one because I'm seeing a lot of people put Morocco at first and Brazil at second. Can Brazil return to their World Cup glory this year? I don't think so, but I do think that they will be able to finish first. I think Morocco goes second, Scotland third, and I don't see Haiti getting a win at all. I think Haiti are a shoo-in to finish fourth. I think Scotland could put up a fight against Brazil and Morocco, but I do see the group panning out like that. Morocco have some amazing talent. Ashraf Hakimi, Bilal El Khanous, Saibari, Brahim Diaz. They have incredible goal-scoring potential, but I do see Brazil just nicking first spot in that group. Moving on into Group D, again, I think Turkey are a shoo-in for first place. Their talent is so far superior to these other three teams. USA are a close second. They're maybe closer than people give credit. They do, on paper, they do have good players. They do have plenty of talent. They have Christian Pulisic, Florian Balogun, Chris Richards, Tillman is a good player, but I think Turkey are just a lot better. And then it will be Paraguay third, Austria fourth. Group E is quite a diverse group in terms of what I'm seeing from a lot of other creators. I'm seeing some people put Ecuador first, some people put Germany first, some people put in Cote d'Ivoire first. I think Curacao are definitely the fourth place. I haven't seen anyone put them anywhere else in this group. It is just about the first, second and third places, and I have gone Germany to finish first. I think Nagelsmann will be able to finally get this team together to actually make it out of the group stage at a World Cup. They've got plenty of talent. Musiala and Wirtz are amazing in those attacking midfield positions. Kimmich can hold down the fort when they're attacking. He'll start at right back, but he'll move into that kind of deep-lying maestro behind the attack when they are in possession. It will be interesting to see whether Undav gets many minutes because he has put up a few goals in their friendlies and qualifying matches, but I think Nagelsmann does just prefer Havertz, which is fair enough. In second, I have actually gone for Ivory Coast. I think the difference between Ivory Coast and Ecuador is basically just attack versus defence. Ivory Coast attack, Amad Diallo, Yan Diomande, plenty of silky wingers, versus Ecuador's defence. I mean, they've got Hincapié, they've got William Pacho, they've got Caicedo holding it down in front of them. They've got a very good base, but I'm just backing Ivory Coast's attack to prove more lethal. Ecuador will finish third, and Curacao are guaranteed to finish fourth, really. Moving into Group F, another group that a lot of people have got different opinions on. I do agree with the fact that Japan will finish first. I know it's quite a common popular pick at this point for Japan to do really well at this World Cup. I do think they'll top the group ahead of Netherlands in second. Netherlands just haven't impressed. Their team is much the same. It's got a few new players like Jean-Paul van Heck's come into the team. I know he's been in the team before, but he's impressed a lot more this season. So I think he will start alongside Virgil van Dijk. And whilst they have got plenty of talent in midfield, I mean, Tijani Reinders, Gravenberch, De Jong, then they've got Gakpo, Marlon up front. Memphis Depay is still knocking about. But I do just think, again, Japan seem to be more of a team. Now, most people will have Sweden in third and Tunisia in fourth, but I'm just going to put a little shock in here and go for Tunisia in third and Sweden in fourth. Sweden have been absolutely dreadful for a few years now. They've got Graham Potter in charge. They should be a bit more astute, but Tunisia are very solid defensively. Sweden, they really haven't shown anything. They shouldn't even really be at this World Cup, having not won any of their qualifying games. I'm going for Tunisia in third. Now into Group G, I think this is probably the clearest winner. Maybe Group H is a close second to that, but I think this has the clearest winner out of any group, Belgium. Belgium have looked very good going into this tournament. Their friendly games and their qualifying games have been quite impressive. People write them off a bit because they have quite an old squad. However, like players such as Tielemans has had such a good season. Charles de Ketelaere should be going up front. He's had a very good season. Kevin De Bruyne is still in that squad and can still prove a threat. But I think other players such as well, can't believe I haven't mentioned him yet, Doku has had an absolutely stellar season. I think he will carry them alongside players such as Tielemans. Second place should be Egypt. They just have a better squad than Iran, who will be in third, and then New Zealand, the lowest ranked team at this tournament, will be in fourth. Moving into Group H, as I said, Spain should top this group quite comfortably. And then another shock that I'm going to go for is Saudi Arabia to finish second ahead of Uruguay in third. I just think, I haven't mentioned the conditions of the World Cup in the US, Mexico and Canada yet, but I do think it will prove effective for Saudi Arabia, as well as the fact that Uruguay just have not been that impressive in their friendlies and qualifying. It's not been a good showing. I think they will go through to the knockouts because I don't think Cape Verde can get any wins in this group. I think they'll go through in the third place. But I do think Saudi Arabia will finish second above them. Moving into Group I, which in a tournament with so many teams this year, this is the closest thing you can get to a group of death. France, Senegal and Norway are all very good teams. I think Iraq are a shoo-in to finish fourth. I do think France will finish first. There can be some contention between that. Could Senegal or Norway give them a bit of a challenge and maybe clinch first? But I do think France, that attacking talent is arguably the best that's ever been seen at a World Cup. I think they will get the job done. The second place spot is very much up for grabs between Norway and Senegal. I just do think that Norway have a bit more goal threat. Don't get me wrong, Iliman Ndiaye, Ismaila Sarr, Sadio Mane are incredible options up front for Senegal, but you just can't get past the inevitability of Erling Haaland. Senegal finished third, Iraq are out. Jumping over to Group J, again, I think Argentina are a shoo-in for first. I think Austria will finish second ahead of Algeria, and then Jordan will be eliminated. Austria are always quite an interesting team. They're quite well-rounded. They have fairly decent players in Europe's top 5 leagues. They should be able to clinch second ahead of Algeria, whose superstars are aging a bit. Houssem Aouar, Riyad Mahrez. I'm not sure it's going to be the same. Group K is definitely an interesting one. I do see Portugal having trouble against the likes of Uzbekistan, DR Congo and Colombia, but I think they have to finish first. I think Colombia have to finish second, and then Democratic Republic of Congo will finish third, knocking out Uzbekistan. Colombia are very impressive. Luis Diaz is coming off an absolutely unbelievable season. They have quite a balanced squad, but I think you just can't look past Portugal's midfield and defensive astuteness. Having Vitinha, João Neves and Bruno Fernandes in midfield is absolutely unbelievable. Finishing things off with Group L, I do think that England will finish first. I think it will be Croatia in second, Ghana in third, and Panama will be knocked out. I think England do just have too much quality for those other 3 teams. Croatia are an ageing squad, hence why some people are putting Ghana in third, but I do think Croatia do still have enough to go through in second. For our third place teams, it's not just about the best teams in this list, it's about the groups. As I said, I do think Uruguay will beat Cape Verde, so I think they will go through. I think Senegal should go through, beating Iraq. I think Iran should go through, beating New Zealand. I think Ecuador should go through, beating Curacao. Scotland should go through, beating Haiti. Ghana should go through, beating Panama. Algeria should go through, beating Jordan. And I think Czechia will go through, beating South Africa. Moving into our knockouts, we have Germany versus Scotland at the Boston Stadium. I think Scotland will give Germany a good game. I think it'll be one of those classic underdog games, but I do think that Germany will just have too much for the Scots, unfortunately. France will have too much for Uruguay. I don't think that will be much of a contest. Korea versus Canada is a difficult game for both sides. I do just think that Canada will go through. They'll have a bit of a vibe about them. I think they do actually have a fair amount of underrated talent. I think they will go through against Korea Republic. This game between Japan and Morocco will be a very good watch. I'm very much looking forward to watching this if it does happen. Two huge underdogs for the World Cup this year. I found it very difficult to split these two teams. I do think it could go either way, but I'm just going to pip it to Morocco just from their experience in these tournaments. Moving on to Wednesday's games, Colombia versus Croatia. I think Colombia will have too much going forward for Croatia. Spain versus Austria. Spain will have way too much for Austria. That could be a 4-0 scenario there, I think. Turkey versus Algeria. Turkey have so much talent. Kenan Yildiz, Arda Güler, Artukoglu, Burak Yilmaz. They should get the job done. Belgium versus Czechia. Again, I think Belgium will smash Czechia, to be honest. I think their talent is too good. Brazil versus Netherlands in the round of 32 is a big, big game. I do think Brazil will get that done, though. I think they have a better squad. People tend to forget that although there are a lot of Brazilian league players and maybe players that you wouldn't have think would get called up to Brazil, having Marquinhos and Gabriel at the back with whoever's in goal between Ederson and Alisson, probably Alisson, it's an incredible defence. They have a great balanced midfield, not a lot of pace, but the balance between Bruno Guimaraes and Casemiro should be good enough. And then their attacking talent doesn't even need to be listed. I think they will get the job done against a struggling Netherlands in the round of 32. Ivory Coast versus Norway in the round of 32 is another huge game. I love both of these teams, but I do just think that Norway will have too much. I also think they're a slightly more astute and balanced team than Ivory Coast. Mexico versus Ecuador is an interesting game as well. It's at home at the Mexico City Stadium for Mexico, and I think they will get the job done. On paper, Ecuador are a better team. I can't deny that. But sometimes that home advantage does just work wonders, and I think Mexico will go through. A rerun from the 22 World Cup in the round of 32 for England against Senegal, and I think England will get the job done again against Senegal. I think that should be fairly straightforward. They do have plenty of players that can cause problems, but I think they'll get the job done. Another rerun of the 2022 World Cup opener game for Argentina at the Miami Stadium. Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. Again, I don't think it'll be straightforward for Argentina, but they will get the job done. That one should be okay for them. Moving on to USA versus Egypt. I think that's USA all day. They have a much more balanced squad than Egypt. Omar Marmoush and Mohamed Salah are really the only two noticeable players. USA have a much more balanced squad. Jesse Marsch will get the job done there. Switzerland versus Iran should be fairly straightforward for Switzerland. Again, a very balanced team should be able to get the job done there. And Portugal versus Ghana. I do see Ghana causing problems for Portugal here, but I think Portugal will go through. A huge round of 16 game here between Germany and France. I think the clear one here is France, although I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there was a shock round of 16 exit for France. I do back Germany to perform well at this tournament. Obviously, a round of 16 exit is still not successful for them, but I think they will shock a lot of people, as people are writing them off quite a lot at the moment. That being said, it is France. You just can't look past them. The talent all over the pitch is astounding. In the next round of 16 game, I do think this will be the end of the road for Canada. Morocco are just a much better team all round. I think they will get the job done fairly simply. Colombia versus Spain. Spain will have to watch out for Colombia's attacking talent, but I think they'll control the game well and get the job done there. Turkey versus Belgium. Now, this will be a close game. The attacking talent on display is absolutely amazing. It's quite a similar level in terms of the total amount of players that are in those attacking positions and the quality that they do possess. I am going to back Belgium here. I think, again, a lot of people are writing them off. Turkey are the constant underdog shout, but I do just think Belgium will have a much more well-rounded team to get past Turkey in the round of 16. Brazil versus Norway, people will be seeing this as a slip-up opportunity for Brazil. I have considered it, but I do just think Brazil will get the job done and get to those quarterfinals. Mexico versus England at the Mexico City Stadium is the next round of 16 fixture. I am backing England to get the job done. It will be the end of Mexico's fairy tale run at the Mexico City Stadium. I just don't think they'll have enough to beat England. Messi's fairy tale run at the World Cup 26 just gets better and better, playing against the country of his league, USA. I think Argentina will have way too much for USA. I would love to see Messi score a hat-trick here. It would be hilarious. But yeah, Argentina will just have too much for the USA, and their run will come to an end. Switzerland will not be an easy test for Portugal. I think they will get the job done though, no upsets there, but they will have to grind out a win there, I do believe. Another rerun of the Qatar World Cup 22, France versus Morocco in the quarterfinals. Again, I think France will have too much for Morocco. On a balanced perspective, Morocco have incredible attacking talent and so do France. But France still do have a very balanced midfield, a good defence. I think they'll get the job done quite simply here. Spain against Belgium, I think there can be an upset here. I think Belgium could catch Spain off guard, definitely. But it's just hard to look past the reigning Euros champion Spain. Much like the Germany-France game from before, I wouldn't be surprised if there could be an upset here, but I think you just can't look past Spain at this point. Such an incredible squad that play so well together. Brazil versus England at the Miami Stadium will be an incredible watch. England haven't been incredibly impressive in the lead up to the World Cup. Brazil have been fairly impressive, but not absolutely groundbreaking like France or Spain. It will be a very close contest, but I am backing England to beat the Brazilians and get to the semi-finals of the World Cup. In the final quarter-final, we have Messi versus Ronaldo, Argentina versus Portugal. I think this game will be a lot less about Messi and Ronaldo than people probably anticipate. I do back Argentina to get the job done there. It will not be straightforward. People will say probably that Portugal have a bit more talent all around the pitch, but Argentina are just more of a team. Watching Portugal play the other night, it seemed so difficult for them to try and create anything. They didn't really seem on the same wavelength with Conceição and Leao on either wing. Ronaldo seemed quite selfish trying to get himself on the score sheet when he could have laid off Francisco Conceição in an easy tap-in. Bruno's going to have to try and really orchestrate that attack if they're going to get anywhere, I think. The first semi-final, France versus Spain, the two best teams from Europe in the tournament. Do you back the individual talents of France, or do you back the team performance of Spain? Given that Spain can have the team performance and the individual brilliance of Lamine Yamal, who will be fit by this point definitely, I'm backing Spain. Unfortunately, this is as far as I can see England getting. Argentina are a much more proven team. They should be able to get the job done here. I think it will possibly go to extra time, maybe even penalties, but I think Argentina are just a better team. And now we have the final. This is definitely the most common final I have seen across people predicting the World Cup. Spain versus Argentina. The best team in America versus the best team in Europe. Both similar in the team aspects of their performances, and I am going to go for, again, the most common outcome of this final, Spain. I would love to see Argentina win it back-to-back. It would be absolutely incredible, but I don't think they have the level of individual talent compared to Spain. They're both very good teams. They're both very good performers when it comes to sticking together and grinding out wins. But when it comes to peak individual talent alongside that team performance, you can't look past Spain. So there we have it. My winners of World Cup 26 are Spain. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm very much looking forward to the World Cup. We'll have consistent content coming your way throughout the tournament. Appreciate all your support. See you later.